Hi, good evening. My name is Shirley Johnson, and I'm going to speak to you today on communications. Communications is a broad field, and it has a lot to do with our daily needs. Nobody once thought about how much we use it, how much we need it. It's just simple things we do every day that we wouldn't even think about has anything to do with communication. But that seems like to me everything we do have something to do with communication. And so, with that being said, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to speak on today. I'm going to speak on the five principles of communication, communication meeting our needs, and communication is learning. Think about those three topics. The first one, the five principles of communication, gives us five basic communication skills. The first one being physical. Physical, it keeps us open, strong. It keeps our body, our brain, our ears, nose, mouth, everything in condition for us to use in a way to communicate. And you would never think about how well-being using communication can be. But it keeps you alert. It lets others know what you want to do or what you want. And physical communication to me is almost like your what it is part of your daily routine. You take care of yourself, everything else gonna function because you need the eyes, like I say, the mouth, the ears, and everything to communicate. With that being said about physical communication, there is intramental communication, which is basically in your everyday life, you achieve the short and the long-term goals. Fulfilling these goals and ongoing communication and tasks to keep communication strong. You keep your life going. You keep everything how it should be. And that being said, we're going to move on to the communication principle. We communicate ethically and we communicate openly. And we feel free from constant pressure of anything anybody putting on us. And it's the import of our ethnic society that keeps us going. And then after that, we have 4 and 5. 4 and 5 to me is kind of self-explanatory because it's the information and persuasion. Information is just what it say. Informative. I said information, excuse me. Informative. Informative keep you informed of what's going on. It keeps stuff increasing, improving, and show you how your daily lives impact millions of people around the world, whether you know it or not. Simple things you do can have an impact on somebody. And then you have persuasion. And I know everybody know what persuasion is. And we see persuasion in our everyday lives. We see it wherever we go. We see it from the advertisement, from the commercials, to the phones, to the food we eat. Because you can find a commercial that show you this food to persuade you, oh, this food over here is better than this food over here. But nobody realized that that is a form of communication. And that is our last principle of communication. So now we move on into communication meeting our needs. Nobody think about we have to meet needs in communication, but we have to keep our bodies going. We have to be strong, and we have to communicate with each other to understand what we need and what we don't need. But nobody thinks about some of the things that we do and how we use them and everything in communication. And communication is learning. How did humans develop the ability to communicate? Are the humans the only creatures that use communication? What purpose does communication serve in our lives? Answers to these questions is historical, anthropology, and social science function. Provides part of the diversity of knowledge that makes us make up the field of communication. Yes, we are the only creatures who use communication. And in conclusion, I want to say, as I look over this world today, our brain is the, let me rephrase that. As I look over the world today, communication is the brain of the world because it keeps us grounded, acceptable, reliable. And without it, we are nothing. We are nothing, period. So it's here to say that without communication, we will be lost. And I just want to say thank you. And I appreciate everything, time and listening. And again, keep communicating. Thank you.